Good morning, everyone. And I want to ask first if there is anyone who would like to offer us Energizer. I don't see a reaction. Blanca?
I can try.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the ball. So I have a ball. It's magic. I'm gonna be passing it on, and this ball has whoever has the ball can be invisible for 24 hours. Okay, so I will pass it on, and whoever gets it has to tell us what they will do for the 24 hours before they pass it on to the next person. Okay, ready? So I'll go first. So I have this magic ball, and I'd like to go to the market in Addis Ababa and take photos. And I'm gonna pass it on to Lilith. There it is. It's all yours.
Thank you. Okay, I would like to, if I'm invisible for 24 hours, I would like to, oh, this is very banal, but I would like to visit some of the museums in Vienna, which are very expensive. So I would just go there while I'm invisible, and I'm throwing the ball to Medea.
If I will invisible, I will go to learn some children problem in family, how they are going. And to whom? Maybe for Nur Sultan.
If I was invisible.
Oh, you are going to be the ball. You're definitely going to be invisible.
I would a lot of places I should to go, go to a very expensive stand-up of in the club. Yes, it's the first. Second, I should go to the theater or cinema and should go to, and I'm going to for free because I'm invisible. And no ideas. Well, it's all what I want. Going for public place for free. Just, and I threw this ball to Mariam.
I would like to take a long break and be retired as to Kamala.
Good morning. What I do? Maybe I would like to relax with my child, maybe, or look what they do, how they relax, how they educate, teach. I don't know, because I'm very busy and I have no time, enough time for children.
You'll be a little bit of a spy.
Yeah. And relax, maybe sleep long time. Sleep.
Thank you. Do you want to pass on?
To maybe Jada.
Kamala, I got the ball. If I were invisible for 24 hours, I would try to sneak in all the places that I can, like council or board of director meetings, and try to listen what they talk about us as citizens or employers. So I'm throwing the ball to Natalia. Did you get the ball? No, right?
Thank you. Yeah. That's a difficult question for me, actually. If I would be invisible for 24 hours, right? Because I was a little bit late. Probably I will go to the beach somewhere and to relax, just like Kamala. Without somebody having to call me or to ask me something. And I will throw my ball to Nur Sultan.
Luan just caught it, I think.
Okay. So recently I was visiting National Bank and I know where the gold is hidden in National Bank of Macedonia. So if I will be 24-hour invisible, that's one of the places that I would like to visit there.
We just have to figure out if the gold also gets to be invisible as you carry it out. That I cannot guarantee.
Even if it's
How
not,
about-
I will see just the gold going out. So
Yes, exactly.
they won't see me.
Excellent. Who do you pass to?
Jamila?
I would like to visit, I would like to fly to Great Britain, for example, and to see all the museums for free.
Excellent. Can you guys do hands up who hasn't gone yet so we can see who hasn't been? Oh, there's Silva. Can you pass on to Silva, Oksana, please? And then Rita.
I would like to go to the Baltic Sea for the amber hunting. It's a very good season to hunt for the amber, and I would be invisible and go for the biggest. Ruta.
Matching.
Good.
If I was invisible, yesterday Lithuanian president visited our city. So, and he met mayor, other official, and first lady visited schools. So I would like to be invisible and to hear what they what they are talking today about our city and what they think real, not what they said in polite way, in diplomatic way. And if I have time, so because I am not going to be all time in the President Palace, I would like to visit far a little bit after this week.
Thank you so much. It seems we have lots of spies, art aficionados, and people needing rest. But before we pass it on to Saida, who will lock it up in Amsterdam for a while, because it is something we do not want to just get around uncontrolled. Is there anybody else who would like to share, who hasn't gone and would like to?
Well, I think my idea is close to, I think it was Jada's. I'm gonna travel. I'm hoping if I'm invisible, right? I also have the power of moving easily, faster. So I'm gonna travel as many countries as I can.
In
within
24 hours.
24, yes, if it's possible. Why not? I'll start with Europe. I think that's more feasible than going to other regions or other continents. I'll pass it back to Melissa. Melissa, go ahead.
But it's just giving invisibility. So how you travel all over the world in 24 hours?
I'm adding another
You're adding other superpower.
If I'm invisible, I guess I can do other stuff too. No, you never know.
Yeah, I think. Well, I would probably go somewhere that I cannot allowed, since people don't see me. It depends my mood, I guess. I can go somewhere like to help, to understand and help other people, or I don't know. I would like to see the secret places. For example, there are many palaces in Istanbul, but we only see some of the parts. So if there is any underground place, like a secret place, probably I would go to see there in 24 hours. But if it's more, I would like to see all over the world. Yeah.
Thank you. So we have a few more joiners just now. Rosetta and I think Hermiona, if you'd like to participate, we have a magic ball that's now with Melissa, who's going to pass it on to Rosetta.
Yeah. Yes.
Make you invisible for 24 hours. What will you do?
Rosetta will go on or me?
Okay.
Whoever wants to go first.
Okay, Rosetta, it's okay.
Okay, I can continue. Hello, everybody. If I were invisible, actually, invisible, yes, thank you. I would like to go to different places, visit different people without them seeing me, and probably touch them on the shoulder with some magical touch to make them smile. If I can't offer anything else, just make them smile invisibly.
Thank you.
That's what I would like to do. Or just offer a flower so they don't see me, but they see the flower. They don't understand where it came from. So they smile and they start the day nicely. So
That's very nice. That's very cool. That's going to be
Thank
24
you.
hours of smiles and joy. Would you pass to Hermione, please?
Hermione,
Oh yeah,
yes.
don't worry that I already have the ball. Well, I will be a little bit selfish, to be honest. If I would be invisible for 24 hours, I would go maybe first class and directly to China, one of the places that I never visited. So yeah, that's what I would do if I would be invisible for 24 hours.
Thank you. Well, I'm passing the ball over to you, Saida, for safekeeping, because otherwise we'll lose everybody. Everybody wants to travel, and I don't think you can manage for the next 3 hours. So please lock it up and over
Let's
to
just
you.
book one plane for those who choose this option.
Exactly. There you go, easy peasy. I'll talk to
Yeah.
you later, Hermione. Let's plan this, okay?
For next
We'll
time.
get going. Mhm.
Over to Lilith and Luan then, and thank you.
Thank you, Blanca. This was a very nice energizer to start with. And now let's start with the day. So today we are going to cover social and financial enterprise topic. And as we always mention, this comes as the last element of Aflatun program, but this is this is very important because this is the phase where young people and children put into practice whatever they learned and whatever they came up with as their ideas and their hopes, etc. And that's why this part of the program, this element, requires a lot of focus, requires a lot of energy. And today we are going to develop our own social and financial enterprises, which will be, of course, which will be a demonstrative one. It won't be a final project, of course, because normally social and financial enterprise, this development process of social and financial enterprise takes a couple of lessons, but now we are going to cover everything within this couple of hours. Yes, surprise, surprise, more pressure, time pressure, but we tried to adjust everything the way that is doable within this short period. So don't stress about the tasks that we are going through soon. But this is more meant to familiarize yourself with the process that we have in this element. So first, I would like to share my screen and show a video, which will introduce you to this element.
Good evening. News is coming in of a global outbreak of children's enterprises. To find out what's going on, we bring you this special report from our team of global correspondents. We start with Lubna Shaban in Spitaman, Tajikistan.
Thanks, Danny. I'm standing here with Shahina, who recently took part in a financial enterprise project with her secondary school Aflatun Club. What can you tell us, Shahina? To generate income, Aflatun Club members bought young rabbits in the market. We fed them for 3 months and sold them at a profit. Then we used the earning to celebrate the Nowruz New Year holiday in school. Sounds like a great project, Shahina. Keep feeding those rabbits. Now back to Danny in the studio.
Well, let's go straight to La Paz, Bolivia, where special correspondent Valerie Salinas is with high school student Gabby.
Hola, Gabby. Tell us about your project.
We did a social enterprise project. A bunch of us realized that bullying was a major problem in schools. We organized a march around the city center and handed out brochures in schools to share ideas on how to stop bullying. Once the media got involved, we realized that we, the youth, have power when we join together and make our voices heard. ¡Viva Aflatun! ¡Vivan los jóvenes! ¡Viva la justicia social!
Muchas gracias. Back to you, Danny.
I'm joined now in the studio by child enterprise experts, the Grady twins, Anya and Grania.
Hello, Danny.
Girls, we heard Shohina talk about financial enterprise and Gabriella talk about social enterprise. Can you help us understand the difference?
Oh, well, it's really quite...
The voice stopped, right? Is everybody hearing it?
learning
Oh,
how
now
to
it's
set up and run a wee business.
now it's back.
You wouldn't believe some of the things children are getting up to. Don't get me started. Vegetable gardens, making brooms and plates from coconut materials, and selling the product to parents and neighbours. Raising and selling ducks, chickens, goats. You name it, kids are doing it. Putting on school plays and fashion shows and selling tickets. Baking and selling bread. There's just no end to it.
That's nice and clear, girls. Thanks. Now, how is a social enterprise different?
A social enterprise is a project that makes a child's life or school or community fairer, healthier, safer, or just more fun. Children organise campaigns, for example, like the one in Bolivia, or maybe against smoking or teacher violence. We visited one in Senegal where children planted trees around the school. The trees protected them from passing motorists and gave them shade from the sun and mangoes to eat. What's not to like? Recycling projects are very popular too. Oh, they are indeed. Anything to do with environmental projects, just mega.
Now, I believe there's a third sort of enterprise, a sort of hybrid of social and financial.
That's it, Danny. Often the best enterprise projects combine elements of financial and social. So they make a profit, but also help the community do a bit of good.
Well, it appears we can go live now to San Jose School in the Philippines to hear more about just such a project.
Well, I'm here with Pedro Sainz, San Jose Elementary School, and believe me, Danny, he has a quite story.
A few years ago, the children in our Aplatun club used our savings to buy hens. Well, the hens laid eggs because that's what hens do, Tom. And we sold some of the eggs and hatched others. And before long, we had made enough profit to buy hens for children in other grades as well. And they started selling eggs too. And in time, we were able to buy a plot of land next to the school.
I see. To put the chickens on?
No, Tom. To plant and grow rice with weeds to supplement school dinners.
Fantastic. Any advice for other children wanting to start a project?
Yes. It's a good idea to save up lots first. That way, you get enough startup capital. Not only do you have enough to get started properly, but all the children feel they have a real stake in the project because it's using their savings. And secondly, as much as possible, the ideas should come from the children themselves. And that's the school dinner bell, Tommy boy. Got to run.
Thanks, and bon appetit. Back to you, Danny.
Girls, what knowledge or skills do children need to make a success of their enterprise?
They'll need to make use of everything they've already learned from their Aflatun program, starting with self-confidence. That's a must. Then they should also know about rights and ethics. The enterprise project should allow all children to participate. It shouldn't show any gender bias or harm the environment, for example. They'll need some savings to get started, and they'll need budgeting and other organizational skills.
Just time for one last question, girls. Apart from earning money and making communities better places to live in, what do children learn from taking part in these enterprise projects?
Where do I start? We learn team building, communication skills, problem solving,
and creativity. In other words, exactly the sort of skills that will help us find jobs when we leave school.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking with you girls. Good night and safe home. Maybe one day I'll come and visit you at your Aflatoon club.
Come and play with us, Danny.
Aflatoon, helping the world's children take control of their future.
This is really a very fun way to introduce to Aflatoon social and financial enterprise, some of social and financial enterprise ideas that have been done in different parts of the world, and this was for inspiration for you. Now I want to start with the first activity, the first step that you as a group and as teams are going to take in order to start with your enterprise. We will go into breakout rooms and we will work in small teams. You will keep working in the same teams throughout the whole session. For the first part, you are invited to do a brainstorming within your team, and you should come up with one social and financial enterprise idea within the next 10 minutes in your groups. After that, we will come back and we will continue with the next activity. For this, you will have one working table that you can use, and you can download it from the platform. It's in day 5. Let me share my screen and show you. So this is the table, if you see my screen.
We can see it.
Mm-hmm. When you go to the platform in day 5, you will see enterprise selection. You can find this in the section which is called starting your social and financial enterprise, and the file is called enterprise selection table. So first put down up to 4 ideas that you will come up with, but it can be less. It can be depending on how many members you have in your team. So, and then you go as a team, not individually, you go through these criteria and assess each of the criteria for each enterprise idea. And in the end, you will have total points for each enterprise, and you will choose the one which has the higher point. Yeah, you can use 10 you can use 10 point score for assessment. And yes, for this you will have 10 minutes in your groups. Try not to go into the details, just introduce your idea. Okay, so for example, we can do this, we can do that, and put it on the table and start assessing, and we will go through the other steps later. So for this stage, you just introduce your idea and go through the assessment process. Could you find the file on the platform? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Then let's take 10 minutes for this activity. Go to breakout rooms, and we will just quickly visit you to make sure that everything is going fine, and we will come back shortly.
Okay, I'm opening the rooms.
Yes, one more thing. If I can add also something that might help you, please for each activity, choose a moderator who will moderate the session for the so that it goes faster and easier. And for each activity, you can rotate the moderator, the role between you, so that everyone gets the chance to moderate. I hope it will help. now we can go. For the second part, I know that you didn't finish up with your discussions and the decision-making process. And now you can start with that and then continue with division of tasks and making the timeline. Let me again show you the table that you are supposed to use for this second part. It's again on the platform, and you can find it under the topic, called tasks and timeline. So if you go there, you can find this table. Here we have 3 sections. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
So your task will be to discuss together after deciding with which social and financial enterprise idea are you going on. You should discuss together the steps for that enterprise to bring into existence, responsibilities who will be in charge for each step, for each activity, and timeline, when will we do it. And for the timeline, you can have in mind, for example, the second term of the academic year, assuming that you start with the enterprise in spring and you should finish it by summer. However it works in your country programs, you can take one project phase as a time limit. I will stop sharing now. I hope you found the file on the platform. So now when we go back to the breakout rooms, you will have, let me see. Yes, you will have 20 minutes. And within that 20 minutes, take some 5 minutes for finishing this brainstorming with the ideas and assessing and selecting. And if you see that assessment takes much time, you just can do voting and selecting one idea out of 3 or 4 ideas that you had in group, and start dividing tasks and creating the timeline. And for this, again, you can have one moderator, and if you can change the moderator for discussion, that would be great, so that everyone gets the chance to moderate a discussion within the team. And I guess that's it. Any questions? And for the tasks and timeline, you can have someone to share their screen and work on one table, discussing together, so you don't have to work individually on each table. Okay, if everything is clear, let's go to breakout rooms again and work on this for 20 minutes. And we will come again to see how it goes. Next step will be to go through the budget. And I want to again remind you, don't have to have the full version of your, the full proposal. This is just meant to walk you through the process that you, as teachers or trainers, are going to do with your group. So this is more to familiarize yourself with all these files and also the process. So don't feel stressed if you don't finish the whole picture. Next, let's work on the budget for a bit. Let me share my screen and show the template again. You can find this on the platform again. It's under the topic of enterprise budget, I think. So depending on what component your enterprise has, if it has a social component and a financial one, then you decide which comes first and which one you are going to fill in. For example, if you are going to do a financial project first and collect money for your social enterprise, then you start with this section where you indicate your income from the financial enterprise, and then you go to the second part and see how much you will need for your social enterprise. So depending on your specificity of your project, you will see which section you need to fill in, both or only one of them. And yes, again, just try to fill in a couple of lines and see how it works. And we will come back for the next session, session again. Let me stop sharing. For this, we will have 10 minutes. Let's take 10 minutes and go through the timetable, project time, budget template. And we will come back again and get ready for the last part, where you will prepare for to pitch your project ideas and to present to the rest of the group your idea and the steps and the implementation plan that you could discuss during these discussions within your teams. Is this clear, or do you have questions? Anything regarding this, the whole process that you have troubles with in your teamwork? Okay, welcome back. I think all the groups are back now. How was it? Just show me reactions. How much of the work did you manage so far? If you're happy with the results, you can do this. If it's okay, or it's not really good, you can put disappointed reactions. Okay.
It's okay, just the time issue.
Yes. I know, and don't worry about, as I mentioned, don't worry about completing all the templates fully. This is more to give you an idea about these tools and how they are being used in the process, and also to put you in the shoes of kids with whom we are working, and sometimes we might be not. We might not see their side of the picture. Okay, for the last part, we are going to go to breakout rooms again, and this will be longer, so you will have half an hour, including the break. You decide with your teams if you are going to take the break before or after the teamwork. You will prepare your pitches. You will prepare the presentation of your idea, and every detail that you managed to discuss, and you have a decision about that. Your presentation shouldn't exceed 5 minutes. Please keep this in mind. And while preparing your pitch, also keep in mind those guiding questions or points that you should try to address. So this is a guideline. Why there is a need for this project. Did you think about the full participation of each team member? What did you manage to plan? What is your timeline, or how did you delegate the tasks? The budget, how realistic it is. And also you can have a look at the questions that are in another form, which is called Child Social and Financial Enterprise Checklist. You can find it on the platform as a guiding form. You don't have to fill this out, but you just can have it in mind when preparing for the presentation or pitch. Is this clear? Okay.
Yeah, you have in the platform, may I add something, Lilith?
Yes.
In the platform, you're having this part. I will share the picture with you, the screen with you. So this is like an example that you can rely just to see how we are doing this presentation in Aflatun book. So this is the pitch is from the Aflatun book, but you can find it in the platform as well. So just to see how it's done. But yeah, you have time to see everything, and you have the question in the platform that Lilith also mentioned now.
Yes, and also if you have find time, you can also prepare a visual presentation. If you can put bullet points and share it with us. That's it. Let's go to breakout rooms for another half an hour, and with the break, don't forget to take a break as well. And we will come back at 11 at 11 for the presentations in the big group.
And remember, the presentation should last only 5 minutes. So everything you will have to put in 5 minutes, and we are going to count the time. So be aware for that.
Okay. If you are good, let's go to the breakout rooms. If no questions, yeah.
Welcome back. Are you ready for the presentations?
We think so.
We put a,
yes.
not
Yes,
only
we're ready.
today,
At least in words.
Yes, yes.
not only today, but all the days we are putting you on pressure to do everything in like 10, 15, 20 minutes. But this part presentation, and when you are preparing the pitch, in fact, is very essential, because even if you work with the children, or if you had idea, for example, to present to the potential donor, usually you will have only a few minutes to present ideas, so nobody has a lot of time to hear about our explanation, what we are doing, and etc. And those people who are writing projects know that everything needs to be very clear and in very few sentences to explain everything. So you know this is an exercise, and we are trying to do that in order to understand and to anticipate every possible challenge that we might face when we are working with the children. But at the end of the day, your work will be evaluated through this presentation that you will have now. Yeah. We are having today 4 groups, and what is the idea? Each group will have like 5 minutes to present their idea. You can see it here. In general, usually when we are doing the face-to-face training, we are evaluating each idea, and we are like saying that this project was the best and get more points, for example. And then at the end of the day, we are giving them some present or some. But since this is like a very limited time to do that, we are just going to present your ideas, and we will measure the time. So you have 5 minutes to present the idea, your presentation, and then you will have just 2 questions from the audience. And we will see how we will going to proceed later, but this is the key. So you will have 5-minute presentation only for Russian speaking group. Because of the translation, they will need probably more time, but in general you will have those 5 minutes, and then we will continue with the questions. So do we have a volunteer from some of the groups that have prepared and want to share the presentation with us?
Yes, we can share our group. I just
what group you are?
I don't remember the number, but I have a question. So the pitching, for example, will be done by a person of the group, right? And
you decide, but it's usually better to do by one person.
Okay, and I would ask, even when the questions from the audience, so there are 2 questions, I would suggest that if I could not answer, for example, any member could answer them.
Absolutely.
Of the group, okay?
Absolutely.
We have prepared our project, so our enterprise, social and financial enterprise idea in a Word. This was it is not in a PowerPoint.
With the timer, so I will count the time, so your time is yours.
Okay. Shall I share the screen or just by talking?
You decide whatever you want. If you
Okay.
feel much better, you can share the screen. Yes.
As it is in Word, maybe I can share it. Do you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so our idea of the social and financial enterprise relates to the recycling processes, but relates not with the recycling process in itself, but we will function, our enterprise will function as a chain within this industry to with the aim to improve or to influence a little bit the poor administration of the solid and organic wastes that nowadays are causing many environmental and unhealthy consequences. Our aim is to learn our community of the school, and specifically our children, to divide how important it is to divide the organic and the solid waste from the source. And how we will do this? At first, we will prepare and we will mobilize two main teams. One is the core team, which will have the members, which will be composed from members of the children. So one representative from each class of the pupils, so of the children, and the other one will be the support team, which will be composed of teachers, parents, and maybe other peers from the community and other volunteers which would like to join us. The main phases or the main actions that we will take place in our till the end of this school year will be the preparation phase, which will take 3 weeks to prepare, then the launching phase, which will take us 1 week, the implementation of the first phase of collecting recyclable materials in the school, which will take 3 months, and some other delegation tasks, which comprise reporting and communication, financial and coordination tasks. I would stop here in the implementation of the first phase to clear a little bit more what will be concretely, what will we be doing concretely. So specifically, our idea is to equip the school with bins and with materials for being able, the students, to divide the waste into organic and solid. And the solid waste could be divided into paper, glass, and plastic. And once these materials, this waste, have been collected once per month, the coordination team will check the collection of these materials, will reorganize the collection, and will communicate with the waste management company in our city to come and take these collected materials. And from these collected materials, we will have specific costs per kilogram of the waste, which will enable us to have incomes and then use this kind of incomes for other activities in the school. And the budget that we just have calculated includes these 3 main budget lines, or let's say income streams. Is the income to invest that we would need from you that are that are listening to our idea, which is 500 euros. Then we have some other incomes from our saving clubs, which comprise 200 euros. And altogether, we have calculated for the whole expenditures of this implementation, the implementation of this enterprise would go 700 euros. So we are very hopeful that you will support us with the investment budget in order to realize our aim, our vision, and to bring much benefit for the environment that we are living in and for health benefits also.
Yeah, thank you. You are just on time. If you don't have anything else, you have a right for the last sentence if you have something.
I just would finish and I would say now, if you have any question for us, you are welcome to take more. So if you need more information, we are welcome to answer. So
probably we can add that we will purchase flowers and trees with the money we get for the school environment.
Okay, if they will ask us, we will answer this. So we're fine.
Okay, so please, the audience have now the right to ask two questions, clarification or explanation on anything you want. Do we have some question?
Shall I stop sharing my screen or?
Yes, please, in order to see everyone in the screen,
Okay.
Who do you want to get the money from?
We were planning to get the money from investors, which we will, so maybe business angels, which we have in the city. We know a couple of them, and we will invite them in a pitching presentation, and then we will ask for their help. So because despite this request for money, we also have some saving of our own, which we will use to this enterprise, and this is our plan. So,
okay. Just to be then in line with Rosetta, I will ask you how you plan to invest your money from the profit you will generate or incomes you will generate.
Yes, our first plan, because we will elaborate maybe later, we intend to use this income generated for other environmental issues as well, maybe related to the climate change, maybe to the education of the pupils for the climate change. But we will decide in our board and committee that we have created so far.
Thank you, Ira. Then we will continue with the next group. So do we have a volunteer for the, Lilith has a raised hand. Lilith, do you have a question?
Yes, but I know that we have only 2 questions per group, right? I don't know if we can still ask.
If you think that you need to ask, please, yes.
I would just make a comment about not only about this project, but also the other coming projects. When presenting, also keep in mind to talk about the continuity or sustainability, how you are going to keep the project going, not only how you will start, but also how you will keep it sustainable. So that was my comment. I won't, I will keep it short. Thanks.
Great, thank you, Lilith. We have Nur Sultan from the first group to present. And finally, if you don't know who is Nur Sultan, this is the guy with glasses here. He was doing all the comments all the time, but we didn't see him. So
you were not alone, Luan.
Yeah.
Наша группа предложила множество идей.
Our group has offered several ideas.
Первая идея – это сдача в аренду байков с детьми.
The first idea was to renting the bike to children.
Вторая – это выращивание саженцев и овощей на продажу.
Second one is growing of the seedlings of vegetables, for instance, for sale.
Третье – это изготовление, получается, десертов и печений для продажи тоже.
Third one was to bake desserts and cookies in particular.
И организация турпоходов в местные красоты, получается.
And the fourth one was organization of hiking trips for local places.
Все провели тщательную оценку и анализ всех, получается, дел и бизнесов и выбрали проект сладкоежки.
We did a thorough assessment of each idea and decided to go with the third one, which is baking of cookies, and we called it the Sweet Tooth Project.
Можно следующий слайд? Данный проект необходим для развития у детей предпринимательских навыков и работе в группе. Участвуют все члены клуба Афлатон.
The need of this project is for developing of entrepreneurial skills and teamwork for children, and it ensures participation of all members of the Aflatun club in the school.
Можно следующий слайд. Так, мы составили предварительный план, так, с распределением ролей, получается. Первое, что необходимо сделать, это, естественно, организовать группу, что должен сделать учитель, и выбрать лидера группы.
We have created a preliminary plan of a very rough draft of what needs to be done, and the first step would be to organize the group, and that has to be done by the teacher or the leader of the group of Aflatun, and that can be done with a time frame. It can be done in the beginning of October, since that's the time where school starts-ish.
Естественно, необходимо распределить обязанности, составить бюджет, собрать согласно составленному бюджету деньги и закупить продукты. Процесс готовки, естественно, сами дети не смогут готовить. И в любом случае нужно присутствие взрослого или родителя.
Then we need to distribute the responsibilities. We need to come up with a budget. Then we need to collect the money and buy the respective groceries. And in the process of the actual baking of the cookies, the children wouldn't be able to do it all by themselves, so they would be doing it with the supervision of an adult. That can be a parent or a teacher or someone else.
Продажа продукции осуществляется посредством организации ярмарки или определенных мероприятий, проводимых в мире, например, как Global Money Week в марте. Так это поможет также продавать продукцию детей в более легкой форме и находить клиентов.
The actual sale of the products, which is cookies in this case, can be organized via certain events, such as organization of certain fairs in the school, or also giving the cookies to the school cafeteria that can also help the children to distribute their products and sell them, and also can be used in events such as Global Money Week that is usually takes place in March each year to help the kids to actually sell their products.
Теперь я хотел бы остановиться на планировании бюджета. Мы не стали расписывать подробный бюджет, так как это не имеет смысла на данном этапе.
So now we go to the budget planning. We haven't really written a very detailed budget plan, since it wouldn't be possible to do at this stage.
В целом, при составлении бюджета мы должны обратить внимание детей на следующие пункты, получается. Почему они продают за эту цену, где они будут продавать, кто будет продавать и кто будет покупать. Дети должны ответить на данный вопрос и в виде, возможно, мозгового штурма, либо еще каких-либо использованных методов. Но в любом случае они должны решить это до того, как будут уже собирать деньги.
Before starting to sell the cookies, we need to make sure that the children understand why they sell for a certain price. Will people buy from this price, and who will they be selling to? And one of the methods that they can use for this is brainstorming, or some of the methods that they got familiar with in the program beforehand.
Предварительно на что мы должны сделать акцент? Первое, это, естественно, мониторинг рынка с детьми. Что они могут сделать, получается? Пройтись по рынку, потому же составить примерно список продуктов и за счет составления этого примерного мониторинга цен уже составлять собственный бюджет.
First thing that they need also to do is to do some market research. They need to go to the market and sort of analyze the prices for certain groceries that they need for the baking of the cookies. And only after the analysis of all those prices, they need to come up with their own price for the product.
Наша группа не рассматривала возможность провала, так как и уже заранее расписала, что доходы будут получены, естественно, и куда эти доходы будут потрачены. То есть на что будет направлены заработанные средства.
Our team was very optimistic and they didn't consider the possibility of failure at all. So we started thinking about that we will hit the break-even point and have profits and where we will invest the money from the profits that we earned.
Тут мы, получается, в общий доход, почему-то транспорт вошел. Ну, школьная библиотека, пожертвования, инвестиции, сбережения. Со стороны, получается, инвестиций и сбережений мы уже должны дать примерное понимание того, куда можно вложить деньги. Ну, естественно, наши предложили как культ похода для этой группы, как более реалистичный, да, как более такой реализуемый проект, культ похода, да, например, как пример получается.
For the money that will be invested from the money that we earned, we decided that we could perhaps help the school library to acquire new books. We could also keep a certain amount for donations. We could also keep some money for savings because we might consider new ideas in the future. But the most feasible idea that came up to the mind of the team was to organize hiking trips for the students who were involved with the project.
Это все, на что я хотел бы пока сказать. Спасибо за внимание. Ожидаем ваших вопросов.
Thank you all for your attention. This would be it from the team one. If you have any questions, please address them now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, can you please stop sharing the screen and to see if someone has a question? Do you have any questions? I have one question, in fact. Since you were gonna sell products to the children, do you think about the possibility to make those products safe for sure, but how to ensure that those products will be safe for the children when they are buying, because the risk for eating something that is maybe not appropriate can be very, very huge, and then your profit will be gone. So what do you think? Did you have a chance to think about that, and do you have an idea?
В целом, Илюфар, я так понял, что безопасность уже готового продукта, да, имеется в виду, да?
Да.
Тут возможность контроля со стороны только родителей, возможно. Тут все зависит от возраста детей. Все зависит от возраста детей. Естественно, если мы говорим о подростках, какой-либо контроль уже остается за самими подростками, так как они уже вполне правомочны за свой продукт. Если же уже говорим о детей младше 14 лет, то тут контроль должен вести со стороны учителя и родителей.
So the answer is it's highly dependent on the age of the kids. So if it's mostly teenagers, then they're more than capable to consider for themselves if it's safe for them to eat. But if those are kids under the age of 14, for instance, it's highly recommended for the supervision of a teacher or an adult to make sure that everything is safe and there's no allergies or anything involved.
Okay, we have time now for the last question, if we have one.
If there is no question, there is no question from the audience. Maybe I can make one very small comment again about the question that Luan raised about the safety of the products that the children will be selling at school or during the different events. Because we had this such experience in one of our schools in Armenia, how we solved that issue of the safety. The children were working with the cafeteria staff who were already qualified and had all the conditions for producing safe food, and had the license, etc., to produce and to sell food. So this is something that we can consider, like to collaborate with such units that we already have in place. So it's also not violating the rules of safety and etc. Just something to keep in mind if we have similar initiatives.
Thank you, Melissa. Let's go with the next group. who will gonna present?
First, other group were interviewers who present a good business case plan. But first, let me say that we considered the age group to be elementary school, okay, school children. We decided to make gift bags from the recycled paper that we collect from school or outside of the school, maybe home. We collect the paper every day after school, and we ask the school to give us a space to keep the paper. So we don't pay anything for somewhere or place for keep the paper. If other student or someone from outside the school bring us paper, we will give them a paper bag as a free, a bag gift as a free. We use the money in our pocket to buy, for example, glue or a ribbon or anything else. We also collect waste paper for free. Teach us from YouTube or from one of the mothers who knows how to make gift paper bags, so we don't have to pay for the training. And every Friday afternoon we started making gift bag for sales. We post pictures of our gift bags on our Instagram account, for example, or talk to some flower shops to sell them for us. And this will help to reduce paper consultation for other students. If they help us, we will give them one of every 10 bags sold. Each bag is sold for €1, and we can produce and sell about, for example, 100 bags. Our initial capital is €0, and we tried our best to have the lowest cost for production. And I think it's safe for children, and it's help to use less paper and finish, I think.
Thank you very much, Miriam. Do we have a question? I will ask you something. Since it's like a very low budget starting company, like a startup with a very low budget, but somehow the paper is all around us, and how you will face, for example, if you have a situation that you will get a lot of paper from everywhere, and you are having like a very few opportunities to use this and to recycle and to do something. So what if everyone brings paper and you will get a lot of paper? How do you plan to scale up? What do you have any ideas for that, do you think?
We just thought about keep it in a place that school give us the place, but maybe helps to, another students, I don't know, that separate the paper, good and bad, and use it.
Okay, so all the paper will be to your school. Thank you, Miriam. Do you have does someone from the group has a question?
Yes, I have a question for the group.
Please.
Would you like to collaborate with our enterprise and make a B2B collaboration, because it's related with collection and recycling process? So we might make double profit related to the company who will collect the paper. Are you willing to collaborate with us?
Yes. If you help us, we can give you 2 from 10 pair, 1 free.
Okay, we're just starting to collaborate, so quite
Yeah.
good.
So we
will keep in touch.
Era, for the first time in our training, we are having this cross-border and cross-continental cooperation between our partners. Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, then we will continue with the last group. Can you please share your presentation?
I will be sharing our presentation. I think we are the last group.
Okay, yes, please.
And I want to share my screen also. We did not have a lot of time to prepare the presentation, but okay, so it was Oksana, Sylvia, and me in the group. And we thought of a project named the pastry event at school, which is already a tradition in Sylvia's school in Lithuania. They have a National Pie Day there in Lithuania, and they used to organize such events in her school at least once a year. And she also shared that this project is running for 6 years already in her school. So what this means, so the aim of the project is to engage the family to be involved in children's activities. As we know, these days, so many parents are very busy with the jobs, and they don't have much time for the kids. So one of the reasons is to involve parents to be involved in children's activities. Also, for the kids to learn new skills, they can gain some money from this project, and to be empowered, you know. They will feel accomplished when they gain some money from the work that they did. And also the money will be used or can be used as kids decide. But for example, we can give a couple examples. They can use it to go for a trip to visit a museum, let's say, or another time they can use it for a social cause to help a child, a sick child, let's say. This year, kids from Sylvia's school are gaining money for kids in Ukraine. So the participants of the project will be kids, parents, and other adults of the family, and also the school personnel, which are teachers, and maybe some other personnel from school. We planned all the steps of the project, including the recipe. So the kids and the parents will decide on the recipe they want to bake. Also, the family will prepare the ingredients. So the investment in this project will be made by the family. So if the family decides that they want to participate in the project, they will have to invest. They will buy the ingredients, and they will bake the cookies, the pastries, whatever they want. But also to prevent, you know, the consumption of something that is not good. For example, we were talking that we are not using heavy cream, or we are not baking something that can alterate fast. Yes. Okay. And so we thought we will need about a month for the preparation of the project, maybe a week for buying the ingredients and to bake. And one day, which is called the pastry event day at school, is needed for selling the products. So we did approximate budget. We know the approximate expenses, but it also approximate because the market can change. The prices can change. Today, let's say the milk costs €1.50. Tomorrow it will cost €1.70. So it's approximate. Also the earnings are approximate. For example, we estimated that we can we will spend €12 per family for one baking project, and we can earn maybe 30 euros if we sell 30 pieces or 30 cookies. So this is per family. We did not count per entire school or maybe per classroom if we have 20 kids, let's say. So after the event will happen, the kids will have their committee and will see how much money they earned. Will decide what they do with the product. If there is leftovers or produce left, they can donate it or they can take it home. If they have enough money for the goal that they intended, so next week they can go and visit the museum. If not, then they will need to decide if they want to organize a second event in order to gain enough money. They will have a person delegating like a treasurer who will keep the money and will take care of it. And that's it about the project, about what we actually had time to discuss. Yeah.
Thank you. And you are right on time with the presentation. So you did it in 5 minutes. Thank you. Again, you can stop sharing the screen. We have now time for 2 questions from the audience. Do we have a question? If not, I have only one question, and that is regarding the day. You will planning to sell those products only one day a year, or you will repeat this process, I don't know, several times a year?
What Sylvia shared with us is that they have it once a year, but since we said if we don't gain enough money, then we can repeat this event, let's say next month, and we'll see if it works and if it really if we really earn money but not only spend them, then we can do it monthly or once in 2 months. Why
Great.
not?
Anyone else? Something to add, to ask?
Or a partnership offer?
I think we can partner with Nur Sultan. They have something similar, but in their Afla Youth Club.
I can make one comment. I don't know how this in your countries, but we in Lithuania, we have so-called national, international Pi Day. And this is where it comes. First, adults started to participate in an international Pi Day. And then moms and dads were sharing with their kids. And we took into our school already like a national Pi Day or national Cookie Day. And this Cookie Day is combined with the traditional Lithuanian holiday, which is in the beginning of March. So it's kind of the date already set up, and it is inside the plan of school events. It's like spring festival on the markets, but this is a spring festival inside the school.
Thank you, Silva. Thank you. So we are done with the presentation. Thank you very much. We are like 15 participants or less here, and we have like 30 ideas so far. So you can only imagine how much ideas, how many ideas you will have with the children when you will work. But the idea of this activity was to break down the steps, and for each idea to make sure that we are having everything in mind. And it's not necessary to write, because all the steps you have in the Aflaton book, in Aflaton curriculum, so the plan is there, just need to follow. And why we have done this presentation at the end? When we are doing in-person training, the presentation is not only to present our idea and to see how good is it or what are the challenges, but also to get a feedback from the other participants in order to make it better and to have everything included there. But this is especially important when you are sharing the presentation or the idea with a different group of the children within your class, for example, because then the children will have opportunity to give a support or to give idea, and they are very creative, so they will bring something new, and this is why the presentation is good to be done. And so you can do like several presentation before the final product, so you just can share, and you can decide that one day you will present a group number one, and the next day the group number two, and this is not like a competitive presentation in order to make children like competing between them and in order to have a best idea, but also cooperation and to make them to cooperate and to support each other. Thank you for this part. And in fact, this was the last activity for this training in terms of the things that we need to go. We have several things again to complete, like at the end of the training. We are hoping that it's not going to take much more from your time. Yeah, we will try to finish everything in 15 or 20 minutes. So for this part that we just finished regarding the presentation, thank you and applause to everyone for your job. I'm mentioning that we are putting you enormous pressure in terms of time to do everything. But yes, the life is like this. We are just always we are in the pressure of time and trying to get the best from this limited time.
At the end, I want to say, if anyone wants to be our partnership, contact me to make a contract. I promise you will make a lot of profit. Call.
You are not giving up, Miriam, so you are one in this to be. Okay, thank you.
Is everything free? Sorry.
Yes, please, you can continue. I'm just sharing the screen. Yeah.
I had a question, if you remember about the clubs, children clubs, that we have a problem about the children, because I don't know. Can I ask again? Yeah, now, or do you remember about the?
I think that you asked about the involvement of the parents and the help of the parents within the club?
No.
Can you repeat, please, the question?
Yes. That our problem, that some of my children's problem was that trainer clubs started selling the food, and they had prepared with the aim of helping charity. Okay, and the rest of the children, riches and children and parents bought from them, even thought it was more expensive than usual. But and to help the children's club. But when the children saw that a lot of money had been collected, they decided to divide all the money among themselves and take all the money for themselves. And another thing is that when the children saw that the demand for selling their products was high, they raised the price and
they have become
changed the usual price, which according to the teacher was not to right things to do. So In such cases, the parents or teachers should directly inventors and not allow them to do this or provide the spiritual guidance.
So definitely you will have to rely to the guidelines for the how the Aflatun cloth should work. And one of the things is that whenever you decide to collect money, at the beginning, you need to decide why you are collecting money and what you will do with that profit or with that income that you have generated. And if you have decided that at the beginning by consensus from the all children who are participating then you will need to address those money for that purpose. So you cannot change. You can change it for something, it's like a better or for some additional, if you gather more money. So if you decided to have 5 people, now you will have 10 people, but it's not like appropriate way to divide the money between them, because next time they don't have the chance to collect money, and that will be like abuse. So whenever you decide something, it is very important in the beginning to try to anticipate all the possible solutions, all possible challenges and problems. Even this, so you have faced with this situation, you will, in the beginning, you will start with this question: what if we get more money than we have anticipated at the beginning? So you have planned like 500 euro and you have received 10,000 euros. So what you will do with this difference? So again, it's up to you to decide, and not to share for yourself, but to give it in, if you're enterprise, to call it like way, is like a social enterprise, then you will try to help people to do something in that matter, but it's not the idea to share between us and to make a profit for personal purpose. So when we are doing something jointly together with the children, and always having children in the center, so child is in the center of all the activities, and all the activities should be like a child center according to the convention, according to the general idea of Aflatun curriculum. So that is the idea. The children can decide because they are children and but also they have the teacher there who is not leading but facilitating the process. And whenever the teachers see that there is a problem with the children want to do something else and it's not according to the rules, he will or she will bring them to the rules and to decide again.
And if I may add, and you can also like always refer to the values that as a club you agreed on, like transparency, accountability as an Aflatun club. And to avoid such issues, maybe you can next time have a committee and from the beginning consisting of different community members from school, from the community, local government, who will be all the time updated about the process. And whenever they're done with the financial part, they feel more accountable because they have a community on the board following the process and waiting for the community project to come like into existence. So that might solve these issues for later.
But yeah, this is a good question. And in general, you will have a lot of questions, maybe not now, but in upcoming days, you may arise some questions. And I will share that with you. We are planning a follow-up session, like 3 weeks from now, that will be at the end of the April. And we will have like an hour at least to discuss for all things that we didn't have the opportunity, or the question that you while you have already. So yes, we will be together again in 3 weeks, and we will discuss a lot of things. And at that day, you will also get your certificates for participating in this and completing this training. I was supposed to do this wrap up of the training in general, but since we are very now limited with the time because of a lot of discussion that we have so far, I have those how they call, like, for Christmas balls. I will open one of those and I will ask a question, and someone of you should answer to this question. So I will start like doing from the first one. The first one is question is something that I like about the workshop. So the workshop in general, not only today, for all those days. Do we have someone that want to share likes? I'm not seeing all of you. Yeah,
Eriandra and Rosetta.
You can just continue to start talking.
Okay, yes, I like very much the platform, the organized, so the modules and the training organized through the platform. I'm also in another network at that platform, and it's quite easy as it is combined. Its features, contains features like Facebook or Instagram, and also adding course materials. It's very useful and friendly to be used. And I like the workshop as far as I made new collaborations, and for me are very important to collaborate with other trainers, in any kind of subject. And that's it for the moment. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Highlights.
Okay. Can I continue?
Yeah, but yeah, you can relate to this one as well.
Oh, I thought I would talk about the first one.
Yeah, but you can talk for the first
okay,
one as well.
It's almost the same.
Exactly.
Since it's the first time that we as an organization join Aflatun, I would say that I really love the training of the participatory method, the interactive methods, combination of different active learning methods, which I'm highly interested in, like learning as many as possible. And the climate that was created among all of us. So I didn't know any of you. I didn't know even the Albanian ones. So I felt like I was at home, and I hope everybody has felt like that. I learned a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rosetta, for your feedback. We will have not only this kind of wrap up of the workshop, but also we will have a post survey. So don't go still. We have some question for you. Any suggestion, something that can be improved?
May I suggest something?
Yes, please.
Even though it's easier to have this online, but I think it would be more educative if we can have it in person.
Offline.
Totally agree. Totally agree. Okay. The same question, like something that we like.
Nur Sultan earlier said interactivity.
Thank you. Great. That's the next one. Highlights again. Any another highlight?
So I will take with me all of the methods, the resource materials, of course. But yesterday, as I was missing, I saw at the platform the two books, book 1 and 3. I am asking for the book 2 for the second year. Can we have it, or is it in your plans for us to send it? It would be much appreciated for me. And I have also kind of comment or suggestions, but I think that I need to do this in the platform. I have at first to explore the 3 books to see what the children could learn. I am very fond of the learning to them for emotions, not just identifying emotions, but being emotionally aware in everyday situations during the day. I don't know if this social aspect is being dealt in depth in the books. For sure it will be covered. It is covered, I think, but it is more related to the psychological part of how our brain functions since the early ages till the adult ages. And it is very, because there is a kind of the psychological studies state that the age of 7 to 14 is the age where the emotions are experienced and learned. And I would suggest this part to be more elaborated, maybe, if it is not in the curricula of Aflatoon.
Yeah.
Because it is related, sorry, and one comment, it is related even with the financial management skills. If you do not know how to manage your emotions, you will not be able to manage the financial skills perfectly. It's for all of the target groups, this kind of assessment, but this is the whole idea behind this, my suggestion. So thank you.
Yeah. Era, great to notice that. In fact, yes, we have the curriculum is designed having this that you mentioned in mind. So in general, everywhere you can find this psychological part as well. But as well, we have some supplement, and one of those supplements are social emotional learning. So we have like a separate one. And regarding the books that are attached in the platform will be all the time there for you in order to see and to use the methods and etc. But the use of all the books, for example, for Aflatoon curriculum, we have like 8 books. From Afla Youth, we have a different book. From Afla Teen, different books. So we have a lot of books, but the use and that is related to the copyright, and each partner will have to regulate that issue with the Aflatoon Secretariat in general. But yes, you can use everything that is in the platform for unlimited time. For example, we are not closing. So whenever you go to this training, you can find everything there in the platform. Anyone else to add something, highlight something that you like about the training? Or we can continue with the sharing of the post survey. So you can see there, but before that, there are two more things. So all resources can be found in the platform. You can read that here. Very important to check your completion rate on the platform. In order to receive the certificate, you will have to complete the training at least 90% from the activities. So please go to the platform, and you can go to the platform till the end of 27th of April. So till then, everything will be in order to get the certificate. So till then, everything will be there. Again, they will continue to be there, but if you want to get the certificate, you need to complete those assignments till 27th of April. And as I mentioned before, on 28th of April, from 9 till 10:30, we will have this follow-up session, and you will receive the digital version of the certificate. We have to, is everything clear so far for this part regarding to the materials that are in the platform follow-up session? So save the date. It's not mandatory to be there, but it will be good to discuss for everything that we may have a question or clarification if you need anything else. So on 28th of April, we will be together again. If not, then I will share post surveys, and then we will close the training. So this is the link. I will put first the first survey. I will put in the chat. So please, you will need several minutes at least to complete this form. And this is very important for us in order to make our trainings better. Why it's not opening? So this is something that you need to see in your screen, and I'm sharing the link in the chat. So please open the link here that is in the chat. Just click in the link. I just want to thank you. We don't have anything left, so far we are done. I just want to thank you everyone for having us here, and it was a pleasure and our honor to work with you. I want to thank everyone, especially Lilith and Saida, but most especially our friend Nulifar, who was like all the time with you, translating and helping us. Me and Lilith sometimes was like changing ourselves and doing everything in shifts, but Nulifar was all the time with us. So Nulifar, special thank for you. Lilith, do you have something to say?
I put a reaction. I just joined to thank you, and it was really very nice to have you. And yeah, we will have a look to your feedback thoroughly, and we will take that into consideration for next sessions. Thank you for your active participation, despite all the technical difficulties that we had.
Thank you all, and bye, all of you.
One more thing. So this follow-up sessions, you guys, are you interested in having this follow-up session for an hour? And probably it'll be around an hour. It depends on you. You can review the materials thoroughly, do the assignments. And if any questions you might have, you can ask the trainers then. Again, we have indicated or dedicated the date 28th of April, which is going to be Friday. Time-wise, trainers, do we do at 10 o'clock as usual? What time would that be?
I put it 9 o'clock, but we are like at any time it's appropriate to you.
Okay, 9, you guys. So it depends on the participants. 9 or 10. 9 would be the CET. 10 o'clock. Okay, sounds good. I think with Kyrgyzstan is 3 hours difference. I think Nur Sultan, so we can check it. So 10 o'clock Amsterdam time or CET. That would be the follow-up session. Review everything, please, as Luan and Lily said, complete all the assignments. Make sure to mark complete when you're reviewing it, so we see it in the system when for the certification purposes. Okay. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for taking the time, for coming here, for going through the workshop. Thanks for our trainers for dedicating their full week and additional times in preparation of the workshop, in conducting the workshop, and educating you guys about Aflatun programs thoroughly. But again, we're going to have the chance on the follow-up meeting. So any questions you might have, please collect them then, and you can ask them then. Or if you have questions meanwhile, while you're reviewing the materials, you can also shoot us an email at your earliest convenience or at your preferred time. Thank you so much again. Thanks for everyone. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you. See you later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good luck.
Good luck. Same to you guys. Good luck. Bye-bye.